What's up, folks? This is Crypto with James talking to you today about the SEC, the corrupt institution. My God, some of the stuff that's been happening is absolutely staggering. I want to pile in on these gits. There's no point sitting on the sidelines and not pointing some of this crap out. Before we get into that, I update the spreadsheet. The first 26 coins I spoke about on the channel. Had you invested $100 into each of these when I released videos about them and you're still holding them all, you'd be in profit for over 12 grand. This is after like 58,742 retracements, right? And now we're in a bear cycle. And I've been saying this for 6+ months, maybe 7 now, that we were going to hit bear cycle. It's inevitable. We're in a cyclical market. We're going to a global recession. All these things have been true for over 7 months. Well, particularly 4th of January, Dow Jones peaked out. DJIA peaks, usually takes 6 months for a recession, plus or minus 2 months. We're there. But I've shown it in every single financial market going. The best time to invest is a recession. Best time to invest is a bear cycle. I've shown it with gold. I've shown it with the DJIA. I've shown it with the NASDAQ. I've shown it with housing. All of this is true. And I've been saying build your list of coins that you're excited about long term. If you haven't been doing, you've still got time. This will last a while. But if you don't have the energy, you've got family obligations that get in the way, you can come check out Copy My Cryptos, where I'm going to be sharing any coin I get in on during the bear cycle. Any coin I think can 20x or more, I'll be sharing. So if you want to know what they are, click the link in the description and check it out. Right, the reason I'm piling in is not actually because of Musk, but it's because of something that's happened really recently in the Ripple case. But you've got to actually see this institution as a whole. So they've suddenly started investigating Elon Musk. Now, I don't particularly care for Elon Musk either one way or the other. I think he uses his power and his influence to play with markets in a way that I don't think is ethical and I don't think is appropriate. But that aside, Elon Musk has obviously spoken about looking at buying Twitter. And within a few days, the SEC started making moves. As Musk threatened to make Twitter an open speech platform again, rather than a walled garden, whose gatekeepers promised to discriminate constantly on the basis of race, sex, orientation, and political leanings. In other words, discriminating just the ways that support the Biden and SEC administrations, the commission has found a reason to investigate Musk. And one thing that's worth pointing out, what's it called? Project Veritas recently went undercover and interviewed 2 different people from Twitter. One was an executive, and the other was a coder. And both were saying, and particularly the coder was more interesting to me. The exec just sort of cussed Elon Musk based on his autism, and wow, not pleasant. I'm not actually bothered. Like the coding was interesting because it was saying that they have to target, they're ordered to target and set the algorithms to minimize anyone that's conservative or right-leaning in terms of perspective. So the free speech marketplace that it's always purported to be is not true. And that's what Musk was talking about, basically making it a complete free speech space, and that would probably hurt Biden and the SEC. So, Charles Gasparino has reported that the SEC and now the Justice Department have launched a joint investigation into Musk's business activities. A source close to the matter says, exactly what they're looking for isn't known, but here are some clues. Lawyers say he didn't file the right paperwork when accumulating his 9% stake in Twitter. He may not have come clean early enough on his intention to try and take over the entire company. His and others' reporting suggests that this joint investigation involves other matters as well, but it's not clear if these are new matters or the revitalization of previously contested government interference with Musk's activities. There appears to be 3 ways to interpret this conveniently timed intervention. The first is that this is just a normal little investigation. It's been blown to national attention because everything about Musk gets attention. And possibly The There remain impossibilities both in SEC and the Department of Justice corruption, however. Reuters reporting suggests that if Musk screwed up the paperwork, the SEC regulators could use any shortfall to try to punish Musk more for other lapses, some believe. This, of course, is not how free and honest government is supposed to work. This government has declared that equity is a whole of government commitment. And has been discussed in these pages before. Equity theory is shot through with all sorts of invidious discrimination, but in its practical effects, it forbids considering previous records of related proceedings, even when deciding whether to release violent criminals. The next possibility is more stark in terms of corruption. It's simply that the real whole of government goal is to shut down debate and the discrimination of facts that challenge this administration's assertions. That would straightforwardly violate the First Amendment. It's constitutional when the government does it, and it's unconstitutional when the government partners with non-governmental actors to do it. If the agencies are ramping up on investigations against Musk or treating a file clerk error as though it is a uniquely big deal in order to stop Musk buying Twitter, then the real insurrection against the US and the democracy is coming from inside the White House. This is a significant allegation, and you can't ignore the timing of it. And obviously, there's been a hell of a lot happen in the Gensler era of the SEC. They've approved a NASDAQ rule that would force equity-based discriminatory hiring rules, hiring by race, ethnicity, sex, and queer status on corporations starting at the board level. And this surely violates the SEC's sort of remit. But again, political movements. And it's a staggering indictment of what the SEC are. And the reason that I'm talking about this is because of what the SEC have recently done with Ripple case, which is unfrigging believable. The SEC have said they can't confirm if the video of Bill Hinman is actually Bill Hinman in the Ripple case. They have stated that the information known and currently available is not sufficient to enable the Commission to admit or deny the request. This is staggering. Like, genuinely, I read it and I laughed, because what else can you do? So, Hinman spoke at the 2018 FinTech Week conference while serving at the SEC, and he stated that the sale of Ethereum did not constitute securities transactions. But obviously the SEC are dragging their feet on this, and they've failed to respond in accordance with the applicable rules to do so. Despite this, Hinman is completely visible and audible during a recorded interview at a public event. The SEC has refused to confirm or deny if the recording is authentic or if the statements made by Hinman were actually him. That's the video. That's Bill Hinman. That's clearly Bill Hinman. That's not a doppelganger. It's Bill Hinman. And the YouTube video that Ripple have referenced was uploaded by Chris Brummer, who's a Georgetown law professor. The account dates back to 2016. It bears his name, his profile picture, links to all of his professional affiliated websites. And despite this, the SEC claims to be all at sea to the identity of the mysterious man. So the SEC has also denied a request that it cannot challenge the authenticity of the video and appears intent on not conceding any information on the matter whatsoever. I mean, it's laughable. It's laughable. That's Bill Hinman. This is a government institution that's arguing the existence of doppelgangers. What is this, a clone? They saying this is a clone? Because then they've got to admit that they've been making clones. There's a lot of weird crap happening here. And unfortunately, as laughable as all of this is, they're going to have a significant say in the future of cryptocurrencies. Gary Gensler and his team at the SEC are going to have a significant and lasting impact in terms of what happens with regards to crypto. It's unbelievable. And while laughable, and it is laughable, these guys are doing what they can to suppress a market, that is probably going to be the future of finance, almost certainly to some degree. And their behavior is not transparent. Their behavior is outright lies. Their behavior is denying things that we have video evidence of, provable video evidence. So at some point, they have to be taken to task. Like governors, senators in America have got to actually just stand up and go, what are you doing? This is not reasonable behavior. You can't conduct yourself in this way, and honestly state. Imagine if a criminal went in a video is not like a HD video, guys. If a criminal went, yeah, but it's not me. Is a jury going to seriously sit there and go, no, a jury's going to go, well, he's guilty. He's just lied. The SEC are doing the same thing. They've failed in their case. They didn't do their due diligence. If they had, they would have realized that they had no case. And now, these people are going to be the determiners of if cryptos are securities down the line. They're going to be the determiners of how people in America end up getting taxed. And the corruption, whether it's limiting free speech on Twitter, so stopping Musk buying it, whether it's crushing a crypto market because they see fit, it's appalling. And while laughable, fucking appalling. And it's worth bearing in mind that, if you're in America, you can write letters to Congress, you can write letters to your senators, you can try and make an impact, because they should be held to account for their behavior, for their conduct. They should be the ones on trial. But let's see how it plays. Let's see how it plays. I can't imagine any judge is gonna say, well, because you can't authenticate it, we're gonna have to deny this evidence, this video HD evidence. But weirder things have happened, guys. Glove didn't fit. Anyway, that's it from me. I wanted to rant because I couldn't believe it. If you're not prepared for your bear cycle, you've got time. Research is key. Look at those cryptos, because make no mistake about it, during a bear cycle, 90 to 98%, 99% possibly of the cryptos will disappear. They'll piss off, and we'll have new cryptos in the next bull cycle. So research well. Pick out the coins that you're really excited about long term. If you're still excited about them long term in a bear cycle, you might have a gem. It's what I've been doing for a few years. Now I get to just dive back into all my research, see if I'm still bullish on those cryptos. Any crypto that I believe can 20x or more, I'm going to be buying during the bear cycle. So if you want to know what they are, click the link in the description and check it out. That's it from me. Take it easy. Bye-bye.